Hello, friends. My name is Vishal, and today we are going to talk about planning. I'm sure in our life, at every moment, we come across a situation where we have to plan. Planning is thinking in advance what is to be done, when it is to be done, how it is to be done, and by whom it should be done. In simple words, planning bridges the gap between where we are standing today and where we are planning to reach. Planning involves setting objectives and deciding in advance the appropriate course of action to achieve these objectives. So we can also define planning as setting up of objectives and targets and formulating an action plan to achieve them. Keeping in mind the time dimension, we can define planning as setting objectives for a given time period, formulating various courses of action to achieve them, and then selecting the best possible alternative from the different course of action. Now let us see the features of planning. First, contributes to objectives. So whatever objective an organization has, it is the planning that contributes towards achieving the objective. Second, primary function of the management. I believe any management function commences with planning. Third, pervasive. There is no field or no organization in this world that can manage and operate without planning. Fourth, futuristic. Planning always looks at what is going to be the end result of the action today, what are we going to achieve tomorrow. So it always looks at a futuristic result. Fifth, continuous. Planning is a continuous process, as management is a continuous process. Sixth, planning involves decision making. Yes, who is going to work, when we are going to start, and which course of action is going to be taken, and which objective should be followed. All this involves decision making. And the last is, planning is a mental exercise. Yes, it is a mental exercise. So the features of planning were contributes to objectives, primary function of management, pervasive, futuristic, continuous, involves decision making, and planning is a mental exercise. Now let's understand the importance of planning. Planning provides a sense of direction so that everyone knows in which direction we should invest our ideas and efforts. Planning focuses attention on the objective of the company, which is very important. The focus should be on the objective. Planning establishes standard for controlling. So a set standard for controlling is maintained so that the plan can be adhered to. Planning facilitates decision making, which we have already covered. Planning promotes innovative ideas. So new ideas that can be helpful are also accommodated. Planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. So it reduces waste and repetition of work. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainties. So now we know planning is important because it gives us a sense of direction. It helps us to be in adherence to the objective. It establishes a standard for controlling. It facilitates decision making. It incorporates innovative ideas. It reduces the risk of uncertainties and wasteful activities. Let's look at the limitations of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. So we will not be very flexible, we will not be open-minded if we have done a certain plan, because we will be rigid to follow it. Planning may not work in dynamic environment, an environment that is experiencing continuous changes. There, a rigid plan may not work. It reduces creativity. So a person cannot invest their creativity once a plan is already being followed, because you have to follow the plan and execute the plan which is in place. Planning involves huge cost. So there is a cost involvement as well. It is time consuming process. Yes, there is a lot of time that has to be invested to formulate a plan. Planning does not give guarantee of a success. Yes, there is no guarantee, and it lacks accuracy as well, because the environment around may change unexpectedly. To summarize the limitations of planning, planning leads to rigidity. It may not work in a dynamic environment. It reduces creativity, involves high cost, consumes time, does not give a guarantee of success, and it lacks accuracy. Now let's have a look and understand the planning process. Well, looking into the limitations of planning does not mean that managers should not perform planning function. Rather, they should perform planning function keeping in mind the limitations of planning and then try to overcome these limitations. That is why the planning process becomes an important one for the management. Let us look at the various stages involved in planning process. The first stage, setting up of the objectives. So first of all, we need to set up an objective that what we want to achieve. So this is the very first thing, setting up of the goals and clear defined goals, and they should be communicated to all the employees, so everyone should know before proceeding, because only after the objective we can set policies, procedures, methods, etc. The second step is developing premise. Premise refers to making assumptions regarding future. It is a kind of forecast made keeping in view existing plans and any past information about various policies. Common forecasts are made to find out the demand for a product, change in government or competitor policies, tax rate, etc. The third step is listing the various alternatives for achieving the objective. So after setting up of the objectives, the managers make a list of alternatives through which the organization can achieve its objective, as there can be many ways to achieve the objectives, and managers must know all the ways to reach the objectives. Manager starts evaluating each and every alternative and notes down the positive and the negative aspects of every alternative. After this, the manager starts eliminating the alternatives with more of negative aspects, and the ones with maximum positive aspects and which seems to be most feasible is selected as the best alternative. The fifth step is selecting an alternative. The best alternative is selected. Sometimes instead of selecting just one, even more than one can be selected, and a combination of these can be used. The most ideal plan is the one that is considered most feasible, profitable, and having the least negative consequences. After the main plan is selected, then small plans are made out of it that will support the main plan. These plans are related to performance of routine jobs in the organization. These are derived from the major plan. Now, since these plans are derived from the major plan, they are also known as derivative plans. The sixth step is implementing the plan. So we are implementing the plan now. The managers prepare or draft the main and supportive plan on paper, but there is no use of these plans unless and until these are put in action. For implementing the plan or putting the plan into action, the managers start to communicate the plans to all the employees very clearly, because the employees actually have to carry out the activities according to specification of the plan. After communicating the plan to the employees and taking their support, the managers start allocating the resources according to the specification of the plan. The last step is follow-up. So after implementation of a plan or putting a plan into action, the manager's work is not finished, because the plan, while being executed and implemented, has to be continuously monitored so that we know that everything is falling in place just as planned. As we know, the dynamic environment always gives a challenge because of the changes in the internal and the external environment. So to summarize the planning process, it starts with setting up the objectives, developing premises, listing the various alternatives for achieving the objectives, evaluation of different alternatives, selecting an alternative, implementing the plan, and follow up by monitoring the plan, how it is being executed by the managers. So in this video we covered the meaning of planning, features of planning, importance of planning, limitation of planning, and planning process. I hope you found this video to be helpful for you. Thank you for your attentiveness. God bless you.